Everyone hears the name SR-71 Blackbird and thinks the same thing. Pure speed, pure legend, a jet so fast and so high that it still feels like science fiction. But if America actually brought it back for a 2026 Iran conflict, the real story would not be about nostalgia or some old Cold War plane magically becoming unbeatable again. It'd be about whether extreme speed can still matter in a war now ruled by stealth, networks, satellites, drones and layered air defense. And by the end of this video, you would understand three things very clearly. What the SR-71 would actually do, where it would still be terrifying, and why even a legend like this could struggle in a modern fight. So first, what is the SR-71 really? At its core, it was not a fighter and it was not a bomber. It was a strategic reconnaissance aircraft. So in simple terms, it was built to race into dangerous airspace, collect information really fast, and get out before the enemy could stop it. The headline features are still insane even today. Around Mach 3.2, over 85,000 feet, and a design shaped almost entirely around surviving heat, pressure and speed that most aircraft never even come close to touching. And once you look at the machine itself, you start to understand why people still worship it today. The Blackbird was built mostly from titanium because normal materials would not survive those temperatures for long. At those speeds, the aircraft literally heated up in mid-flight. Its two J58 engines were not just powerful, they were part of a strange high-speed system where the inlets and airflow did a huge amount of work at extreme speed. The plane used special JP7 fuel, special ignition chemicals and an odd operating routine where it could leak fuel on the ground because the structure only sealed properly once it heated up in the air. It carried cameras, radar and electronic intelligence systems, meaning it was never about dropping bombs, it was about seeing first, seeing fast and seeing deep. But here is the one detail that changes everything. Speed was not just one single feature of the SR-71, speed was the entire concept. And that is what made it brilliant, and that is also what makes this hypothetical so complicated. Because if speed is your main advantage, then the first question in a 2026 Iran conflict becomes simple. Does speed still beat a modern air defense network? In the Cold War, speed and altitude gave the Blackbird a huge survival advantage. But in a modern war, speed still matters. But now it has to compete against long-range radar, advanced missiles, digital tracking, sensor fusion, and modern command networks. So the SR-71 would not return as some all-purpose superweapon. It would return as a very specific tool. So in a real conflict with Iran, the Blackbird's best role would not be air-to-air combat. It'd be an information sprinter. That is the best way to think about it. If the United States needed a very fast snapshot of missile sites, airfields, radar activity, coastal defenses or battle damage after a strike, the SR-71 would be incredibly valuable. It covered huge distances very quickly. It could appear, collect, and vanish before slower aircraft could even reach the same area. And that is where this idea becomes scary. Imagine Iranian missile launch zones shifting. Imagine mobile radars turning on and off. Imagine air defense batteries moving after a fast wave of attacks. Satellites can help, drones can loiter, and stealth aircraft can get closer. But the SR-71 would bring one unique advantage: speed across a massive area in a very short time. It'd be like throwing a camera and sensor package across the map at unbelievable speed. That is why the Blackbird would be most useful in the first stage of a conflict, where everyone is desperate for fast, reliable information. But then the limits appear just as fast. Military intelligence today is not just about collecting information, it's about collecting it, processing it, sharing it, and then using it immediately. That is where older systems start to show their age. Historically, one of the big criticisms of the SR-71 was not that it could not gather information, it was that getting that information to commanders fast enough was not always easy. In a 2026 war, a late picture is almost the same as an old picture. If a missile launcher has already moved, then your beautiful Mach 3 reconnaissance run becomes history instead of advantage. And that brings us to the next hard truth. For broad area scanning, fast route coverage, and post-strike battle damage sets, it would shine. But for persistent watts, long loiter, and live target tracking, it loses badly to modern systems. A drone like the RQ-4 Global Hawk can stay up for far longer. A U-2 can still provide high altitude intelligence with modern data sharing. An RC-135 is built for signals intelligence, and an F-35 brings stealth, sensor fusion, and survivability in contested airspace. The SR-71 would beat all of them in raw speed. But speed alone is not the same as staying useful every minute of a campaign. There is also the issue of who this aircraft would really be for. The real users would be a very narrow group. The SR-71 would be for planners who need a fast strategic sweep, not for commanders who need constant live tracking. It'd be for rare high priority missions, not daily routine work. If you need a jet to sit and watch one area for hours, this is not your aircraft. If you need something easy to maintain at scale, this is absolutely not your aircraft. Because the hidden cost of the Blackbird was always brutal, this plane was a masterpiece. But it was also a demanding masterpiece. Special fuel, specialist crews, insane maintenance, rare parts, and a support system that belonged to another era. Bringing it back would not be like taking an old classic car out of a garage. It'd be like rebuilding a lost ecosystem. You're not just reviving the aircraft, you are reviving the engines, the fuel supply, the expertise, the maintenance chain, the logistics, and the training culture around it. And that leads to the bigger strategic point. America would not bring back the SR-71 just because it is cool. It only happened if the military believed there was a real gap in the current intelligence system. That is the only serious reason, not romance, not internet hype, a capability gap. But even then, Iran in 2026 is not the same kind of target environment the Blackbird was built for. Iran has layered air defenses, long-range missile systems, domestic radar networks, and experience operating in a contested regional environment. The world already saw in 2019 that high-altitude American surveillance platforms are not automatically untouchable. That does not mean the SR-71 would be easy to shoot down. His speed will still make it a nightmare to engage. But high altitude is no longer invisibility, and speed is no longer immunity. So when people compare it to modern aircraft, the answer becomes surprisingly simple. Compared to the U-2, it is faster and more dramatic, but less practical for long connected intelligence work. Compared to the Global Hawk, it is much faster, but nowhere near as persistent. Compared to the RC-135, it is better for fast penetration and wide sweeps, but worse for sustained signals collection. And compared to the F-35, it has the raw speed and altitude, but not stealth and not the same modern network advantage, and that is the trade-off. The Blackbird would win the sprint. Modern platforms usually win the campaign. And that is why the SR-71 still matters as an idea. It represents a different philosophy of warfare. Today, military systems often aim for connection, persistence, and constant awareness. The Blackbird came from a very different age. Its answer was simple: go so fast, so high and so hard, that you solve the problem through physics. That is what makes this hypothetical so fascinating. It is speed versus network. It is legend versus system. So my verdict is this. If America somehow brought back the SR-71 for a 2026 Iran conflict, it would not dominate the entire war, but it would be a terrifying in one very specific role. It become a niche but powerful intelligence sprinter, perfect for rapid deep reconnaissance, fast battle damage assessment, and sudden wide area scans when time matters more than persistence. It'd be brilliant, expensive, difficult, and limited all at once. So in other words, it would still be the Blackbird, The real question is not whether it'd be awesome. Of course it would. The real question is whether in a modern war, awesome is enough.